अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम्. Agrahya. Agrahya means that cannot be perceived through senses. Brahman is beyond normal human comprehension. Taittiriya Upanishad 2:9 says, how can words express the self? He is beyond words, thought and mind. Brahman cannot be expressed. He can only be realized by negations and affirmations. One cannot say this is Brahman or that is Brahman, as he is omnipresent. Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita 11:8. He said, you are incapable of seeing me with your biological eyes. Shashvataha. Shashvata means eternal. This is yet another quality of the Brahman. Brahman is beyond time and space, and therefore he is beyond modifications. Modification happens only if one is bound by time and space. Time is the essence of all changes that happen in the universe. The entire creation originates from him and dissolves into him, and in spite of this, he remains the same. Narayana Suktam says, Shashvatam Shivam Achyutam, which means that Narayana is permanent, auspicious, and unchanging. One of the names of Vishnu is Achyutan, meaning unchanging. Krishnaha, Krishna means dark or dark blue. Vishnu's famous incarnation is Krishna Avatar. Krishna had dark blue complexion. Blue is said to be the color of eternity. Sky is a typical example. He is known as the master of the universe because of his famous teaching, Bhagavad Gita. It is said that the name Krishna signifies bliss, and the one who recites the name Krishna attains the state of bliss. Lohitakshaha, he is red-eyed. Red is the color of compassion. Lalita Sahasranama describes Lalitambika as red in complexion. His eyes can also be compared to the rising sun, which is red in color. Without the sun, the universe cannot function. In the same way, without the grace of his eyes, the universe cannot sustain. His red eyes are the indicators of his compassion for his creation. The Brahman not only creates but also nourishes his creations. He is the embodiment of compassion. Pratardanaha. Pratardana means destruction. Vishnu is also the destroyer, another aspect of the Brahman. Here, destruction means annihilation of the universe at the time of deluge. He absolves the universe unto him at the time of annihilation, only to recreate again. Prabhutaha. Prabhuta means abundance. He is abundant in everything. From him alone, everything originates. He is an embodiment of abundance. Trika Kubdhama. Trika Kubdhama. Prabhuta Trika Kubdhama. So Trika Kubdhama. It is 3 Kakub plus Dhama. 3 means 3. Kakub regions and Dhama means abode. All the 3 regions are his abode. 3 regions are the Vyahritis of Gayatri Mantra. Bhu, Bhuvaha and Suvaha. These 3 regions indicate 3 normal states of human consciousness: active, dream, and deep sleep. The universe is sustained by many triads such as creation, sustenance, and dissolution, or past, present, and future. 3 alphabets of Om are U, Ma. 3 gunas: Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. The Brahman creates, sustains, and dissolves by remaining in all the 3 triads. Pavitram. Pavitra means purity. Brahman is pure. Factually, pure consciousness is the Brahman, and mundane level of consciousness is human. Everything in this universe is consciousness of different levels. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 38, there is no purifier like knowledge in this earth. One who has purified his heart by persistent practice of karma yoga automatically realizes the self in course of time. Internal purification happens only by aligning oneself with the higher self of consciousness. There can be another interpretation. Pavitra means purification of mind. As realization happens in the domain of the mind, one has to keep his mind devoid of any impressions. Subconscious mind is capable of storing impressions of past experiences. Unless all the impressions in the subconscious mind are dissolved, one cannot realize the self. This nama could mean if one contemplates on Lord Vishnu, he is realized as the self. Mangalam Param. He is the state of supreme bliss. Brahman is eternal bliss. That is why it is said that one has to reach the state of bliss to realize the Brahman, who is the embodiment of supreme bliss. When one is aspiring to attain liberation, he has to first reach the state of bliss, as the Brahman is the state of supreme bliss. The realization happens only if one is able to transform himself to the state of Brahman before his final absorption into him. This nama says that one should have purity of mind and thought while seeking him, who is the source of supreme auspiciousness. In spiritual pursuit, one has to purify his consciousness, as liberation can happen only if everything is purified in the self. A self can unite with the self only if the former attains the same level of purity of the latter. This is the concept behind I am that. Now, with knowledge of the meanings of each of these namas, we will repeat it for memorization and deep meditation eventually. अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम् अग्राह्य शाश्वतः कृष्णो लोहिताक्षः प्रतर्दनः प्रभूतसृक्ककुब्धाम पवित्रं मङ्गलं परम्